What's this? What? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Horror, and today we are back with another ranking. I know I've been doing a lot of tier lists recently, so I figured I should give you a ranking, and with the release of the new I Know You Did Last Summer movie, I Know You Did Last Summer 2025, I figured it was time that I finally do my I Know What You Did Last Summer ranking. I always feel like 3 movies is just like not enough to do a full video on. Like, I've done 3 movie rankings before. I did The Strangers, I did Black Christmas, but I always felt like 3 was not enough. But now that we have 4, I feel like it's a good time to do an I Know What You Did Last Summer ranking, and I have some thoughts, so let's get into it. Given how bad some of these movies are, you wouldn't expect that my number 4 is very, very clear-cut. It's I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. There is bad movies in this franchise, but this might be the worst movie, period, ever. Like, it is genuinely awful. I wouldn't say it's my least favorite movie, because I don't really care about that I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise, but it's pretty terrible. Usually, what I do with these rankings is I go through and I write my notes and I'm like, all right, so here's the pros, here's the cons. And usually it's like, yeah, I got like 5 cons, like 5 pros. This side's the cons. So, yeah. I'll start off with the things I like about the movie, just so you know, before I tear it to pieces. The kills are decent. I think there are genuinely some good kills. I think the one kill where he impales the guy on the forklift, I think that's a pretty good kill. Otherwise, I think some of the other ones are decent. And I like the one scene where she has the note on her desk and she opens it up and you expect it to be I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it's not, and it's a fake out. I did like that. I thought that was clever. The rest of the movie, on the other hand, ooh, yeah, it's rough. Let's just start off with the things that I wrote down. It looks like crap, not like, like just looking at it, it looks like it was filmed on like VHS. It is terrible. The music is terrible and super just doesn't fit the tone anytime it is on. It just feels so out of place. The characters are awful. They have no personality, and the ones that they do are just rip-offs of past characters that we've already seen in the first movie or second movie. It tries to be funny, but fails at every single joke it attempts to make.
You, Zoe, I bet you got some dirty little secrets.
Yeah, I heard you suck in bed.
The editing, I noticed the editing is awful. It is so terrible. It looks like it's trying to be like Saw, which I think this came out like 2 years after Saw, so it would make sense if they were trying to be like Saw, because that's what it looks like. It's like quick, flashy editing. It just doesn't work in this movie because it just feels very out of place, and they use it in the wrong spots, where it's like, why was that edited so heavily when it's just a guy that we already know walking out? So, that was weird. The dialogue was pretty crappy, but it sucks in a lot of these movies, so I'll be honest with it. It sucks in most of these movies. The characters are dumb, not only just dumb as in I don't like them, but dumb as in they make the stupidest decisions of all time. Not that I care, because I'm looking forward to seeing them die because I hate them. This has possibly the worst accident of the series. Like, in the first movie, there's an accident, you know. They hit a guy. In the new one, there's an accident. They make a guy drive off the road. In this one, they decide to prank the town by making it look like the fisherman is back, and what they're gonna do is have their friend skateboard off of a building and land on some pads, but oh no, the pads got removed and he fell and impaled himself on something. Don't ask me, I don't know. The story is the exact same, the results are the exact same. It looks cheap, it feels pointless. I mean, literally, you have the ending of the last movie, and Ben Willis is killed, which I still Know What You Did Last Summer isn't a great movie, but like they killed the villain. He's dead. So they make a new movie, and you expect, oh yeah, they're just gonna have a new killer, like they do in the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's like, oh, they're just gonna have a new killer. They're gonna have someone completely different. No, they're gonna bring back Ben Willis. Why? I don't know. Does he have anything to do with the accident that happened in the beginning? Does he even live remotely close to where this movie takes place? No, but he's a zombie and he's coming back and he wants to kill these people. According to us, he doesn't even know that they've done anything. He's just killing them for no reason. And why is he a zombie? This franchise has never been supernatural. It's never been anything besides grounded. And he is a zombie coming back from the dead with glowing red eyes to kill these characters that have nothing to do with anything that he has ever been a part of. So it genuinely just... It's so bad. Coming in at number 3, I have I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. I have already done an out-of-theater reaction, and I wrote a review on Letterboxd, so you can check out those two if you want to as well. I'm going to be getting into it here, but if you want to check that out, you can check those out as well. It was one of those movies where I went into it and everyone was like, oh, it's horrible, you're going to hate it. And usually when that happens, I'm like, oh, it was fine. I mean, sure, it wasn't good, but it was fine. No, I understand. I get it. This one sucked. This one was terrible. I'll start off again with some things that I liked about it. Madeline Klein. I think she is the best part of the movie. Her and the other lead, the two main characters, the two main girls, Madeline Klein and the girl from Bodies. I think they're fine. I think they are the best part of the movie. I think everything from the beginning to the accident is decent. They feel like realistic friends. They feel decently acted all the way up until the accident. And then the entire movie goes downhill with that car because, oh my god, it gets so terrible. The male characters in this movie just don't have any personality. They may as well just be jock guy and boyfriend guy because they have literally no personality. The legacy characters are brought back for absolutely no reason. Julie is just completely wasted. Like, she's not even used at all. She doesn't do anything in this movie. She doesn't provide any information that we didn't already know, and she doesn't fight against anybody. She is literally pointless in bringing her back. They also bring back Helen for one scene, and I was genuinely so confused. Why was that scene necessary? The one with Helen, the dream sequence? Because it is never even referenced or mentioned again in the rest of the film. They just wanted to say that they had Sarah Michelle Gellar in their movie. And that is one of my biggest complaints with this movie overall. They bring back the returning characters just so that they can make more money. This movie should have been a remake, not a requel. But they had to bring back the returning characters, obviously. Genuinely, if this was a remake, it would have went up like a full star. Because it would have taken away all of the, like, because the entire time you're thinking, like, why would this killer be doing the exact same thing Ben Willis did, you know, with the notes and dressing up like a fisherman? He has no reason to. It's not even related to him. And then they reveal why he's doing that, and it's the stupidest reason ever. And the one thing that you don't want them to do. They reveal the killer, and that killer is fine. Stevie, she's alright as a killer. I thought her reveal was pretty pointless anyway. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was fine. But then they decide to give you a second reveal that completely destroys the movie. Like, this ending, if the rest of the movie was fine, this ending would have still destroyed it. They decide to, because they want shock. They're like, oh, you know what they'll never guess? If it was one of the returning characters. It's Ray. Why? Why would that even be a thought crossing your mind? Unless you have already set it up in this movie or in previous movies that he's violent, it would make sense, I guess, but why would you do that? Why would you destroy this character that you've already seen go through 2 different murder sprees in the first and second I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, and all of a sudden he decides he wants to be the killer because people aren't remembering the people that got killed. People are forgetting the massacre that happened in the original, so that's why he wants to kill people, so that he can make people remember it again. Stupidest motives of all time. Like, why? Why does it matter? Like, move on with your life, dude. Like, you have a restaurant, you have... Oh my god, that reveal just completely ruined every enjoyment I had for this movie. And, like I already mentioned, the returning characters are pointless, legacy characters, but also they just all feel like rip-offs of the characters from Scream 5. And if you want, like, a comparison, Ray being the killer, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, is like if Scream 5 came and they were like, guess what? Dewey's the killer. Or Gale is the killer. That's what that is. Completely sacrilegious. I'm not even a huge I Know What You Did Last Summer fan, but even I knew that that was a stupid decision to make. And, like, they don't even earn it. They don't even earn it, because they don't set it up at all. He's just another guy in the movie trying to help. And then he's the killer. and why does he shoot Stevie? If he is working with Stevie as her accomplice, why does he shoot her? I get it is revealed in the last couple seconds that Stevie did survive, but why would he shoot her? That scene felt so weird, because why would he shoot her other than just to be like, oh, audience, it's not Ray, see, he just took out the killer, and then it is Ray. It just felt so weird. Yeah, it just felt like shock for shock's sake. Like, they were fine with destroying the original movie if it was a quick shock to the audience. Yeah, it genuinely shouldn't have been a remake. Crappy dialogue, crappy characters, just a huge disappointment, honestly. I kind of thought it might be decent at best, but it was not. It was not. Coming in at number 2, I have I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. This movie is not good. It is simply at second because the bottom 2 are so awful that it makes this movie look great. It's not bad, but I wouldn't say it's good. It's just a little inoffensive slasher movie. Like, it doesn't take any big risks, doesn't take anything... It just doesn't take any big risks, honestly. It just plays it forward with a, new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. There's not an accident in this one, so it kind of feels like the formula's a bit off, but still, it's just a slasher movie. It's just a slasher movie. There was a few things that I genuinely really liked about this movie. The setting of the island and the rain. I really like the weather and the setting of this movie. Those are very good. It's nice to have the returning characters back, and they don't destroy their legacy. It's just harmless fun. It's harmless fun. There's some decent kills. There's some good, funny moments. Jack Black is in this. I think he's pretty funny in most of his scenes.
No! Seriously, don't do that!
But there is obviously some knocks against it. I think some of the dialogue was weird. Ray also is, completely separate from the rest of the group for the entire movie until, the last 5 minutes, so that felt weird as well. It is boring at sometimes, like some of the basic slasher movies can be, and the killer reveal, it kind of felt like the killer reveal from Scream 2 with Mickey, where it's just kind of like, oh, that guy! Cool. Okay. That was pretty much my reaction. It was like, oh, it's Will, and I was like, oh, that's... Dang. But then you also get the reveal that Ben Willis is still involved, which I felt like you didn't really need that. You could have just had the reveal be Will, and obviously his name is Will Benson. Will Ben Son. Get it?
Will Benson! Ben's son!
That's stupid, but it could have just been Benjamin Willis's son, and I think it would have worked pretty good. But they decided to bring back Ben Willis. I don't really care, honestly. It's fine. Doesn't really add or take away from the movie that he's in it. It genuinely didn't. I just felt like it was unnecessary. They could have just had Will be the main killer for this one. Coming in at number 1, the only movie on this list I would say I genuinely like. The original I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, did you really expect it to be anything besides that? No. Yeah, probably not. You probably expected this. It's not amazing. I used to love I Know You Did Last Summer, but that was back when I'd seen like 10 horror movies. But it's since I've realized it's not as good as I once thought it was. It's still good. It's still enjoyable. It's very confusing. Very confusing. The twists and turns of this story is weird. And I still don't know if I completely have everything understood, but it's fine. I'll start off with some negatives this time around because it's a better movie. Some things I don't love about it, the dream ending with Julie in the glass. It's revealed in the second one it's a dream, but it just felt weird, especially because, you don't know it's a dream and you're like, oh, is he back or what was that? It's just a dream fake out ending. I didn't really love that. Like I already said, it's super confusing. The red herrings are also very bad. Like Anne Hesh, they just wanted to make everybody look like they could be the killer, so I didn't love that. The kills are pretty boring. I would have preferred a little bit more gory kills, especially a ripoff of Scream. I mean, not a ripoff, a predecessor of Scream. I would have preferred at least a little bit better, maybe more creative kills versus just kind of some stabbings, but, it's fine. And there is possibly the stupidest moment in all of horror history in this movie. I always cite this as one of the dumbest character decisions ever. There's this huge, awesome chase scene. The chase scene is good with Helen and the fisherman, and she's getting chased through a studio, and she goes to some alleys, and then I forget what happens, if the killer falls or if she knocks him over. She gets out of the alley and she essentially is free. She could just run, go wherever she needs to go. But she gets out of the alley and she stops running, turns around to look. Nobody's there. She gets stabbed. I thought that was the stupidest moment possibly ever. The way she literally just stops and just gives up and lets him kill her. It's so stupid. But this movie is still a good movie. I would consider it a good movie. The cast is fantastic. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt. I forget the other guy's name off the top of my head, but he's great as well. The characters are all pretty good. They feel realistic, unlike they do in some of the other ones, where it's nobody would realistically act like that in this situation. But I feel like, oh my god, I always forget no, it's not Ray. It's the jock guy. It's he would definitely act like that in this situation. So it feels very realistic for these characters that we've already established act in this certain way. I genuinely think the characters are pretty good. The cast is just amazing. I also think that it actually does a pretty good job at dealing with guilt and, friends separating. I genuinely felt like it was handled very well in this movie. Rather than just being a basic slasher with character moments. It genuinely felt like they earned it and that it worked very well. The Note, I always cite The Note as one of the creepiest moments in slasher movies. Usually slasher movies aren't the scariest, but when she finds that note, I think it's genuinely pretty creepy. I mean, obviously it's coming because it's called I Know You Did Last Summer. The Note is the most iconic thing from the movie, but it's still a pretty creepy moment. Anne Hesh, I already said that it feels weird that she's a red herring, but she does a pretty good job in this movie in just acting creepy. She's unnerving, she's kind in her first scene. I think she does pretty good in this for what she's trying to do. Barry, that's the guy's name. He is perfect in his role, he's such a douche, and he's so good at it, and it feels very realistic for this character. They feel like realistic friends. at the beginning, and then it feels realistic that these people would split up because they have different interests. They're very different people, character-wise, so it feels realistic that they would be friends and that they would also split up. So I think it's very good the way they handle the characters and the character moments. I genuinely think that this has some of the best characters in slasher. Like, in all of slasher movies, usually the characters are just kind of meatbags that you end up seeing get killed. This one, you genuinely care for each of the characters, so when you see Sarah Michelle Gellar get killed, it hurts. Obviously, you're kind of hoping that Barry gets killed because he's kind of being a douche the entire movie, so you don't really feel anything when he dies. But when Sarah Michelle Gellar gets killed, it's pretty sad. I mean, they actually make you feel for these characters, and I mean, that's one of the best things you can do if you're a slasher movie. And that is going to be it for today's video. Remember, if you did enjoy, make sure to hit like and subscribe and you want to see more videos like it in the future. Otherwise, you can comment down below some more video ideas for me or your own ranking of the 4 random we did last time. And until next time, I'm Ethan Horror. This has been Ethan Horror.